All right, we're going to kick this thing off. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on reduced latency with any application on any network. I'm Mary Jeffers with ATTO, and we'll be hosting today's webinar. Again, thank you so much for joining. Today is especially exciting because we have 3 speakers, one each from RAIDIX, ATTO, and AC&NC JetStor. Just a few housekeeping items. We will send the recording to all attendees and make it available online for sharing. As you think of any questions, please use the Q&A button to enter them. I will be able to see them, and we have saved some time at the end of each presentation and then at the end of the entire webinar to go through your questions. Without further delay, let's kick this show off. Today you will hear from Kirill Lukin of RAIDIX, Joe Kimpler from ATTO, and Jean Lazarevich from AC&NC. I'll let these gentlemen introduce themselves, and then they'll each present.
Thank you very much, Mary, and hello, everyone. On behalf of RAIDIX Software, I'm very happy to see you all attending this webinar. I see that we have a pretty much international audience, and that's really great. This is what we've been waiting for, and please stay with us. It's going to be a very interesting session with a lot of different topics to discuss.
Hello, my name is Joe Kimpler, and I'm the Enablement and Alliance Manager from ATTO Technologies, and I'll be presenting today on behalf of ATTO. I'd like to thank all of you for attending, and hopefully we'll hold your interest. Really quickly, ATTO was founded in 1988 under engineering leadership. We have interconnect experience with fiber channel, SAS, all the way through NVMe. Our customers range from original equipment manufacturers to end users, and we are a global company with worldwide support and distribution. And with that, I'll hand it over to Jean.
Hello, everyone. This is Jean Lazarevich with AC&NC JetStor, and glad to see everybody is on and listening. We're here to present you a really great seminar, and we will be kicking it off with Kirill very shortly.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, and thank you very much, Jean, for passing the word to me. So, as you already understood, we are having today very different, still working on the same field companies, which are united by the same goal, and the goal is to provide any application on any network and to reduce latency. And in order to do this, we were all developing our strategies, which now have combined and being a single unit. And in order to understand a little bit more about RAIDIX, I would like to discuss on our history. And as you can see on the next slide, our company is not just a software manufacturer. It's much more. Actually, our vision is that technology and every good piece of technology have to be standing very heavily on the science. And as a company, RAIDIX is not having only the coders, but we are also having scientists, mathematicians who are creating extremely demanding algorithms which are helping our customers to actually solve really big problems with their infrastructures. Because once we're having a huge amount of data and we can accept no latency and no downtime, we have to think of very complicated and very core technologies which can actually provide those SLAs modern customers are looking for. So if we go on to the next slide, I would like to discuss a little bit on where we have originally started. Originally, RAIDIX have started from the media and entertainment segment, in which we're traditionally very strong. And once we've been thinking of this segment of the market, we were thinking that the customers are having a demand for the data. They're having a demand for a really big files with extremely heavy and important information. And once we had a success on this field, we decided that we should not only focus on this one, but we should give customers from different industries the possibility to use our product. And this is exactly how we understood that video surveillance is also a place where we can help the customers to meet their SLAs. But still, we haven't stopped on this market, and we have totally understood that HPE and enterprise, which is dramatically growing year to year, is also a market where we have to go, where we have to stand and face the challenges of the customers with our product. And once we're talking about the questions and once we're talking about the things we have to solve for our customers, I would like to quickly remind you that you have in your right corner the chat box for questions and answers. And if there is anything you would like to ask from me, you're more than welcome to do it either once I'm presenting or in the very end of the presentation. So it's up to you, but please don't be shy. Please be active and ask questions. This is exactly what we love over here in RAIDIX, ATTO, and JetStor. So once we're going on, once we're moving to the next slide, I would like not only to talk about the entertainment segment of the market, but I would also like to share a little bit of success stories with you guys. So as you understand, media and entertainment segment is very competitive, and we're having different customers over there from Bollywood to Hollywood, and we definitely understand that all of these customers are having one simple understanding that industry is changing dramatically fast. And this is easily seen for everyone, even for those who are pretty far away from media entertainment segment, by the way we change formats of the video. It seems that yesterday we had HD videos. Now we're talking about 4K videos. We're talking about 8K videos. And if you think about the manufacturers, all the movies, all the TV shows, you can understand that they are having a huge amount of data they need to work with. And this is leading all of our customers to one simple thing, that this complicated, this huge amount of data have to be accessed sometimes by many people at the same time. So they have to do the color correction, they have to edit the sound, they have to edit the video, they have to do some other things. And this is leading to the understanding that the storage has to be very advanced. And this is exactly the place where we come in, and this is exactly what we are helping our customers to go through. We are able to give them this possibility to work with big files of 4K to 8K videos, and we're giving them a possibility to even work with the same file at the same time with a different tasks, with a different applications. Actually, if we think about the media and entertainment, the task is pretty simple, but I was in the very beginning talking about that we are not only in the media and entertainment segments of the market, but also in the video surveillance. And if we move on to the next slide, we would see that we have a really great success in this segment of the market also. So, one of the recent projects we have done was in South Korea. It was in Yonggi Hall. It's in the capital area of South Korea. And what we have done there, we have combined over 2,000 HD cameras into single chain and made the municipality to be able to control what is happening on the traffic, on the pedestrian street, and everywhere else. This is one of the great examples of how our product can be implemented to the infrastructure, to the very complicated infrastructure of video surveillance. And this shows that we are not only able to work with the videos, but we are also able to keep a very high standard of 24/7, 365, and definitely be able to work with the high-resolution videos and meet the SLA of the customers. So, these are two typical examples of a video surveillance and media. But on the next slide, I would like to talk a little bit about the HPC. So, recently we have noticed that HPC is a very demanding and very complex market, which is actually growing. This is partially happening because more and more universities are getting big massives of data they have to work with, It's also happening because public research industries are happening. And we as a company have clearly identified that this is also a place where we can fit in. And Europa Free cluster project in Germany is just a fine example of what we are able to give to this high demanding industry. See, once we've been creating this project, once we've been designing this project, we were keeping in mind that the customer was interested in integrating Intel Lustre with our product. And this was one of the keys to success. So as you understand, this is a complex project which we have successfully implemented, and what we are really proud in RAIDIX is that this project is not only up and running, but we are looking forward to cooperating more with Europa Free on extension of their data and extension of their service. So, till this moment, I have highlighted media and entertainment. I have highlighted HPC. I have also highlighted video surveillance industries. So on the next slide, I would like to briefly talk about two other examples of what we are able to give to the customers if thinking about enterprise segment. So if you're a little bit familiar with Russian railways and the structure of Russian railways, you would understand that this is one of the biggest transport companies worldwide. Once again, we're really excited to say that we are helping Russian railways to be 24/7 on the business, to have no latency and no downtimes, and this is based on their trust to our product. So we are providing this infrastructure to this huge enterprise customer, and we're really happy to share this with this experience with our partners and customers. On top of it, I would like to say that Mariinsky Theater, more or less known in the Bally world, is also our customer, and they're recording their shows to the storages and later on sharing the data with public TV channels, governmental officials, and obviously selling their shows worldwide. And they're also working on our software. So far I have talked about some examples of where we have implemented our product, and right now I would like to briefly talk about the technology which is standing behind this. So if you think about RAIDIX, you would most likely associate RAIDIX with the word RAID. And this is exactly a correct understanding of the thing, because what we have done, we have been working with the standard RAID, and we also have some patented technology for RAID 7.3 and RAID N+M. Briefly, this is a great technology which is helping our customers to be 100% sure that even if something is happening with their drives and the drives are dying, they're still able to work and operate. For example, if in RAID 7.3, 3 drives, not 1, not 2, but 3 drives are going to die at the same time, you are still going to be up and running. And this is something which is very unique on the market, which no one else is yet able to give to their customers. In thinking about active and proactive ways of monitoring and working with the infrastructure, we are also having some great features such as partial reconstruction and advanced reconstruction, which are giving the customer the possibility to restore the data from the special hard drives area. And this is helping to reduce the reconstruction time, which is a very dramatic to most of the customers which are working with extremely important mission-critical data. Sustainable balance performance is also one of the things which is a must in the current infrastructure in any segments of a market, because what we have totally understood from our customers is that there is nothing which can be described as non-important. If something is happening in the infrastructure, the customer has to know about it. And this is one of the key things which we think is a value. So today we also would like to say that our technology and RAIDIX is not staying on the same spot, and we're moving on, we're developing our product, and today I would like to announce that RAIDIX 4.5 is coming up next. This is going to be the greatest RAIDIX you have ever seen. It's going to have all advanced features which you already love, and it's going to have some new features which our partners and customers have been waiting for. So it's going to be on the market later this fall. In late August, we are thinking to launching it to the general public. So stay tuned, and definitely we are very excited to announce it today, along with our partners ATTO and JetStor, that we are having the new product, which is available on the market from the end of August. So on this very exciting point, I would like to pass the floor to ATTO and to Joe Kimpler. So thank you very much. I don't know if there were any questions. So Mary, can you please tell me, were there any questions from our audience?
Yeah, Carrillo, thank you so much for that presentation. We did have one question come in, and you touched on it a little bit, but can you go back? The question is, can you highlight the new features of the 4.5 version?
Definitely, I would like to highlight, and I think I would highlight one of my personal favorite, it's support of all flash. This is actually the thing which some of our customers have been waiting for. They've been asking for being able to work even faster with all flash drives, and I think that this is one of the game-changing features which would be available on the market. Still, I would like to keep a little bit of the secret on what we're having in our latest release, so that our audience and our customers would be going to our webpage and definitely seeing all new features with their own eyes on our webpage.
Great, thank you. So without further ado, we'll move along to Joe Kimpler from ATTO Technology.
Good morning to those participants on the West Coast, and afternoon and evening to those elsewhere on the globe. Again, my name is Joe Kimpler, and I'll be presenting on the behalf of ATTO today. I'll try to focus on what helps drive your business. So for those of you unfamiliar with ATTO, allow me to provide some background on the next slide. ATTO's been in business almost 40 years. We're privately held and located in Buffalo, New York. And for those of you who would like a geographical reference, it's actually home to the world-famous Niagara Falls. It's really beautiful. If it's ever on your bucket list, see it from the Canadian side. It's actually a little better than the U.S. side. We have an engineering focus. 3 of our 4 founders started their career in electrical engineering or in computer system design. We have a specialty in interconnect that goes from fiber channel through SAS, SATI, SCSI, Thunderbolt into NVMe. This interconnect expertise, from that we actually then build products. We specialize in storage and networking connectivity, from host bus adapters through software. We're a global company with partners in Americas, EMEA, and APJ. Next slide, please. So with almost 40 years in business, ATTO has built a very deep and wide customer base of Tier 1 OEMs like Apple, EMC, NetApp, Quantum, NEC, and many others. We also have strong relationships with over 100 value-added resellers across the globe, the Americas, EMEA, and APJ. Over 30,000 users depend on ATTO technology to run their business. And we're also integrated by system builders into servers, workstations, arrays, and our technology, and a lot of people don't know this, are actually, even at the ASIC level, we license some of that for other people's products. All of this has actually built us into a market leader. We're best known for the media and entertainment space, but if you think of the media and entertainment space and its performance characteristics that drive us into engineering and design, scientific research, gas and oil, but it also makes us very, very good for IT applications such as big data, backup recovery, virtualizations, and the ever-expanding cloud market. Next slide, please. So let's look at ATTO products. Now, I know this is a bit of an eye chart, but it shows the breadth of the ATTO product line and how critical they are in connecting the entire enterprise. So starting in the left-hand corner, you'll see the ATTO 10 and 40 gig NICs. These are high-performance NICs via Rocky 1, Rocky 2, and they service application servers like those running email, web, back-office applications. Moving to the upper right-hand image, it also shows the ATTO fiber channel switches and HBA that provide not only high-performance fiber channel connectivity across departments with mixed workloads, but also connectivity across Windows, Macs, and Linux workstations through a multipath director software. At the 3 o'clock position, for work groups in the M&E vertical, which we're best known for, we have Thunderbolt connectivity that's provided by our ThunderLink and ThunderStream products. Moving to the 6 o'clock position of the slide, remote branches can be connected via iSCSI with our fast frame NICs. SAS storage and tapes brought into the enterprise through the ATTO Fiber Bridge and Extreme Core controllers. So now if we take a look at the 4 main products, you'll see the flagship, which is our Celerity 32 and 16 and 8 gig fiber channel HBAs. These are highly specialized with a proven stack over a number of years, and these are definitely high performance and can be used either in the initiator or the target mode driver. The next, please, is our Extreme Controller and Fiber Bridges. This takes fiber channel to SAS controllers, and we can integrate any direct attach SSDs, HDDs, or tape drives, and we can get these stranded devices that are connected DAS into SAN. Moving along to our fast frame 10 and 40 gig NICs. Again, we have 25, 5100 on the horizon, and these are all Rocky capable. Next, please. And for the ThunderLink folks out there, we have a full scale and suite of ThunderLink devices. This leverages iSCSI initiators, including ATTO Extend SAN, and we can support both local and storage area networks across Mac and Windows, laptops, and servers. Next slide, please. So from the enterprise topology slide on the left side, you can see that ATTO utilizes a portfolio of enterprise network proof points, and they excel in environments through the highest performance. So how do we actually do this? If you look at the 3 boxes towards the bottom, you see our ASICs are designed to go from right to left, measured in minimizing latency and maximizing the megabytes per second data transfer. Other people measure in IOPS, and we think and believe that the transfer rate and minimizing latency is more important. So if you look at the left-hand box, ATTO products are designed from the ASIC up to maximize a megabytes per second transfer rate and minimize the latency. And this outperforms others in the sequential read and write streaming, and it's important for applications which are the most demanding, like video post-production, CAD and CAE, and medical imaging. Moving to the middle box, it also benefits the mixed environment with random sequential data. Applications like business analytics, content distribution, and cloud-based applications. Stepping one more to the right, this is for random non-sequential applications like databases, web servers, back office apps. Then these actually often use IOPS as a performance indicator. However, if you really think about moving from the left to the right, if you maximize the megabytes per second transfer rate and minimize the latency, this actually provides a better performance increase and therefore better application performance. Next slide, please. So you might ask, how does ATTO do this? So let's look into one of our core technologies, and that's the advanced data streaming, or ADS. If you look at the 2 graphs on the right-hand part of the slide, you'll see that ATTO provides a much smoother data flow, and this actually results in higher application performance. You might ask, well, how do we do that? So we've developed functionality to incorporate attributes like smart reads and writes, and this optimizes a multi-stream data flow so you don't have drop frames. We have shared memory optimization through our aware drivers, and this minimizes the bus traffic. We have an enhanced event logging, which allows more efficient troubleshooting and management. And if you even step below that, so we retrieve that by something we call bus mastering. And this eliminates the communication between the host CPU by transferring the data directly between the ATTO host bus adapter and the system memory. This relieves the CPU or offloads the CPU from the burden of managing protocol activities and increase the system bandwidth for other applications. So if you go a little bit lower than that, how do we do it? We have technologies like tag command queuing, which allows for multiple I/O commands. This is processed in any order and improves the overall performance of the read and write requests to the hard drives. We have disconnect, reconnect, which increases the bus performance. And this eliminates the wait time between the ATTO host adapter and other devices. It enables dynamic sharing of the bus bandwidth in very sophisticated environments. So these advanced features and our algorithms that go with it are implemented to provide optimized performance for applications, again, digital content, rich media, prepress, and databases. Next slide, please. So here's where the technology meets the product. So if you look at the very bottom and build your way up, our core technology and core competency is in latency management and bandwidth optimization. So if you go up there, we use that core competency to go across multiple protocols, whether they're SAS, SATA, Thunderbolt, Ethernet, fiber channel, out to new NVMe over fabrics. And then we bring that up into actual products. So we start at the lowest level with the highest performing products. We go up through the protocols, and then where it meets the products, where we have, from those we develop bridges, Thunderbolt devices, controllers, switches, network cards, and of course our flagship host bus adapters. This gives ATTO a full range of connectivity products, making them us your premier networking partner. Next slide, please. So let's look at a little bit of the differentiators. Again, it's key to remember that latency management is built into all of our host bus adapters and RAID hardware, and this actually provides the performance advantage. As we discussed with ADS, it manages latency. That provides controlled acceleration for smooth data streaming to maintain consistent performance. So this gives us best in industry data transfers for high bandwidth applications, which means better performance for end users. Another differentiator and unique to ATTO is our multipath director. This specializes, it's a specialized multipath driver incorporated into our HBAs and our Thunderbolt devices that enable Linux, Windows, or Mac workstations or servers to connect to enterprise class storage. So this is implemented across all hosts, and it improves your fiber channel efficiency by providing uninterrupted access to your data failover through failover and load balancing and protection. If you look at our intelligent controller architecture, it combines our powerful hardware with an efficient software stack or software engine, and this delivers features with flexibility of anything to anything, and examples of anything to anything protocol connectivity include fiber channel to SAS, fiber channel to iSCSI, FCOE to SAS, FC to SATA, FC to Ethernet. So anything to anything. In the VMware environment, ATTO's vconfig tool is a software plugin, and this provides for centralized monitoring and management in the VMware Center environment, and it reduces the VMware host infrastructure costs. Lastly, our Latency Scout is a storage I/O diagnostic utility that boosts performance by IDing bottlenecks and allows you to manage those. Next slide, please. So I'm coming toward the end, but as an overall product line overview, ATTO offers a full range of the highest performing connectivity products, from controllers to software. Our products are designed that our software tools actually enhance the advantages of our software, and we're a global leader in storage connectivity and infrastructure solutions that help store, manage, deliver data into your business. So with that, let me see if there's any questions for me.
Joe, thank you so much for that presentation. That was really good, very thorough. We did have a question come in, a little bit of a tricky one, so let's see how you handle this. The question is, what separates ATTO from your competitors like Emulx and QLogic?
Okay, we're getting right down to nitty-gritty, huh? Well, all of these companies actually make very good products, and each has advantages in certain areas. I was the director of technical alliance for QLogic for 14 years, so I'm very familiar with their products. And however, ATTO has a great advantage, especially in the M&E market, by offering the universal connectivity between Apple, Linux, and Windows workstations. But really, if you answer the question at a higher level, what's shaping the FC industry is the consolidation, the M&E activity, the mergers and acquisitions going on in it. So if you look at Emulx being picked up by Avago/Broadcom, Cavium picking up QLogic, and if you look at, those are all semiconductor companies. And if you look at the semiconductors business model, they're to sell millions and millions of chips to the big 2- and 3-letter OEMs who sell millions and hundreds and thousands of adapters and switches to those guys. So what's going to happen is, what's happening already, is if you're a lower or mid-tier or even large enterprise or customer, you're going to get less and less influence from them or attention from them because they want to sell the millions of chips. So ATTO excels in this environment, and we're here to support you no matter what your size, and I think that's where we're really going to excel the most. Anything else?
Excellent. Thanks. All right, so we'll move right along to Gene from AC&NC.
Hello, everyone. This is Gene with AC&NC, and we will present on our partnership with RAIDIX and ATTO. So JetStor has been our partner for RAIDIX for over 5 years, and we have been a partner for ATTO over 10 years. JetStor appliances powered by RAIDIX deliver peak I/O performance in data-intensive environments. We have over 1,000 implementations in US and across the globe. We have 4,000 implementations of JetStor appliances in the States. We've been in business for 23 years. We've been storage focused. We have 16 to 48 drives appliances with ability to expand JBODs. And we have fully integrated solutions for media, high-performance computing, and video surveillance markets. Next slide, please. Now I'm going to jump into the appliances powered by RAIDIX. This is the first one. It's called RDX 16. It's a 3-year appliance with 16 3.5-inch drives, 4 2.5-inch SSD drives for SSD caching. It supports RAID 5, RAID 6, proprietary RAID 7.3, and RAID N+M. We have 4 SSD bays for caching and tiering, 4 redundant power supplies and fan modules, and we support hot swap modules motherboards with redundant or single nodes. We offer dual 10 gigabit ports, dual 1 gigabit ports, and dual 40 gigabit ports as SCSI. We have optional 12 gigabit SAS, and we support 16 gigabit and 32 gigabit fiber channel ports provided by ATTO. Next slide, please. Moving on to RDX 48. That's a full U 48 bay with dual E5 processors supporting 48 drives, 4 2.5-inch drives for caching. We have internal 2 12-gig ports. We have PCIe expansion slots for protocol cards, and of course support RAID 5, RAID 6, proprietary RAID 7.3, and RAID M+M. Next slide, please. Now we move to the customer profile. This is the implementation we have done here in the States with JetStor RDX 16, high-performance appliance powered by RAIDIX. It was a big data project for collection and analysis. End user requirements was the customer was looking for a new storage solution which can sustain more than 2 drive failures and have minimal impact of performance during drive rebuild. We selected RAIDIX, and ATTO cards powered by our JetStor appliance, RDX16, and we delivered 50 units of over 3 petabyte capacity. The customer is using 10 gigabit ports, 7.3 configuration, and they're able to sustain 3 drives failures without a data loss. Write performance was 1.8 gigabytes sustained over 2 10 gigabit links with 16 drives and the single node controller. Performance degradation was negligible. The customer did not see any performance degradation at all. And we delivered 50 units with a capacity over 3 petabytes across 3 data centers, Virginia, Massachusetts, DC. We have 14 units per site with air spare units. So why did the customer pick RAIDIX, JetStor powered by RAIDIX with ATTO cards? We were able to provide API access to JetStor systems. The customer wrote custom-based application where they can monitor all the systems across all of the 3 data centers with one single pane of screen. We have the systems pretty much were deployed across 3 data centers with support, with local support provided by our U.S. tech support people. We are able to get performance wire speed on this appliance. Next slide, please. Next customer profile is our video editing powered by RAIDIX. The customer was asking for a device that would sustain more than 2 drive failures. So we were provided a RDX24, and it could sustain 3 drive failures. It was 20 by 4 terabyte drives with 80 terabyte usable capacity. Customer is running multiple workstations with 16 gigabit ports and fiber channel switch connected to JetStor RDX24. Write performance was over 3 megabytes a second. They have no drop frames, no performance degradation. So the customer is running 7.3, and they have no performance degradation during rebuild. Next slide, please. This is our partner in Australia, HYPERSCALERS. We created a JetStor appliance powered by RAIDIX with HYPERSCALERS, and they ran a test in August 2016 where they were able to outpace the hardware that they've using before, and they were able to get 8x in performance and IOPS and IO access. So this is kind of shows where we can work with storage integrators, and we can provide various storage appliances to customers across the globe. Next slide, please. And now I want to show you how this ties all together, how JetStor becomes part of a unified storage for media network. On this slide, we show all 3 solutions together, where the JetStor is a storage appliance. We have ATTO fiber channel cards, we have ATTO iSCSI cards, we have ATTO 16 gigabit switch, and we have a 40 gigabit switch by ATTO. So we can support the workflow that's provided from the fiber host. We can support the workflow that's provided from the MAC hosts, and we can support everything in one JetStor. That's a unique part about our solution, where we can provide the fiber channel protocol, we can provide the iSCSI protocol, all in one unit. So this kind of ties together as one appliance for your media workflow.
Great, thank you, Gene. I have one question for you.
Great.
Yeah, actually 2 questions. So one is, do you provide support for storage integrators?
Yes, we provide full integrated support for storage integrators. As I talked about in the previous slide, we work with HYPERSCALERS, and we have partners in Europe, we have partners in the United States, and we can select the hardware for them. We have our own hardware that we can provide them. We can integrate the RAIDIX software and the ATTO cards, and everything becomes as one platform. We will work with storage integrator. We'll figure out the applications that they're running, and then we'll create a tailored appliance based on their needs.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then the other question is how do we buy this solution?
Yes, you buy everything from AC&NC JetStor here. So we actually sell the ATTO cards, we sell ATTO switches, we sell all JetStor appliances, and we sell RAIDIX software. And we can sell it as a whole solution, or we can sell it as a component. So we can sell your just ATTO card or ATTO switch. If you already have a network that you want to plug it into, we can do it that way, or we can create the whole United Storage for Media Network architecture where everything will be provided by AC&NC JetStor.
All right, thank you. So what I'd like to do now is just some closing remarks from everyone.
So this is Joe Kimpler. I'll close for the team. I'd like to thank everyone on the behalf of RAIDIX, ATTO, and JetStor. We thank you very much for your participation, for your including information, for your extended information. It'll be posted to YouTube. So if you'd like to contact RAIDIX, it's www.raidix.com, ATTO's www.atto.com, and AC&NC is www.acnc.com. Thank you very much for attending, and we look forward to helping you in your network. Thank you. Goodbye.